Internet-pilled psychos crawling through hours and hours and hours of footage claiming that Piker secretly abuses his dog.
I guess it wouldn't be a secret.
It's an electronic vibration collar with zero shock capabilities.
What about Cutie Cinderella saying that it had shock capabilities? She's a friend of his.
In 0 instances has she ever been abused. I've spoken to people who've walked Kaya, babysit Kaya.
Wow. I mean, the people that are like financially dependent onto Hasan?
Everyone who spends any modicum of time with Hasan knows how much he loves that dog.
You know what they say, guys? If somebody loves something, they cannot abuse it.
What's crazy to me too is shock collars, which are commonly used in dog training. They're not like tasers. They usually give like a crawling sensation on a dog's skin.
Guys, Hasan didn't shock the dog, but if he did, shock collars aren't even that big of a deal. Why can't you just be like, yeah, maybe it's a shock collar, I just don't care. If you are so confident that Hasan is not shocking his dog, why not show the clip in your video? It makes you look dishonest. All right, this looks interesting. It's a Taylor Lorenz video about the Hasan Parker. And the future no one is ready for. That's a very interesting title. It's about Shocktober 7th, Puppygate. And then I might do a follow-up and just kind of like watch some of like the new stuff from Internet Versus. It's funny because I was looking, I saw like I opened up Twitter and I like the first thing I saw was like Taylor Lorenz retweeted something that I said. And then what I said is the fact that these people are coming out in defense of Hasan is almost a guarantee that he is pressuring everyone he knows to come forward because he's terrified. And that was about apparently his dog sitter came forward and said it's not a shock collar. They've seen it. Like, okay. Taylor Lorenz said, no, in reality, several influencers are being pressured into silence. That I don't know if I believe that, but okay. Major creators are having their livelihoods and income threatened by crazed mobs that they even suggest they'll speak out in support of Hasan. That is how these Game Brigade style campaigns work. So I guess we'll watch this video and see what her argument is. And then even to Noah Samson. When I was scrolling through this, though, I saw like a ton of fucking tweets from Taylor Lorenz, like going on and on and on about this whole fucking Shocktober 7th shit. It's fucking crazy. And then Noah Samson said that I have schizophrenia, which is kind of funny. Milos Hasan hatred appears to be giving people schizophrenia because what is this? There's no reasoning with someone that views any form of defense as proof of guilt. That's a crazy person. Whoa, wow, I guess we're a crazy person. I will say that like I probably should stop posting on Twitter the way I'm posting. Because like I don't really care if people like me for my retweets on dumb Hasan shit. You know, I'm doing this for like my clips because this is like I'm trying to get my brand out there in a little more of a curated way. So I'm probably being stupid as fuck just doing this about myself, like doing non-clip stuff. This is really what I want people to pay attention to. Try to get some kind of virality on Twitter to get like a newer audience because I'm doing pretty well on other platforms. Like my TikTok's doing pretty well. I just got like a 17 million view video like less than a week ago. Instagram's doing great. Facebook, weirdly enough, is like taking off. I've gotten 2 million views in the past 2 weeks. Very strange. I think it's because they merged their videos and reels. But anyway, like I've been doing pretty well on fucking Snapchat. Weirdly enough, you would be surprised. But this whole like doing this whole fucking YouTube shit. I gotta take a Twitter shit. I have to probably knock it off and stop being fucking stupid because I got a lot of views on this, like 800,000. But I don't really want the type of audience that like hates. I don't like Hasan, but I'm not necessarily looking for like an anti-Hasan audience, if that makes sense. You know, I'm trying to just like look for an audience that enjoys my content instead of hates another person's content. So I have to be a little more productive with that. But you know, what are you gonna do? If Papa hates getting pushback. Oh yeah, true. That's exactly what I've been saying for the rambling on. I hate pushback. That's exactly what I meant when I said, hey, I need to be more productive. I know you're fucking trolling me though. I like unintentionally. Well, no, intentionally. You're a fucking troll. And you always get me. That's what fucking triggers the shit out of me. I mean, I guess that's a good point. Being in the limelight from sort of retweets means you put that the Twitter page will be put up for new fans. I guess so. I just don't think it's like I feel like I can get viral on what I have to say on my clips, not with some like Hasan bullshit. You know what I mean? I don't think it's necessarily right on the fucking mark of what I want to be known for. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. I want to talk about this Taylor Lorenz video. We're going to watch that. So let's watch this fucking video here. Let's go. Thank you, Taylor.
So everyone right now is up in arms thinking that Hasan shocked.
I hate this new overlay for fucking YouTube, by the way. It's just so gross and bubbly. It's just bubbly. Like, look at this. Why are they doing this? It was perfectly fine how it was, and now it's like big and blotchy. I hate it.
His dog.
You could see him reach over, hits the thing, the dog fucking yelps.
Initially, even Hasan's community was...
He probably did shock the dog. I don't know. I wish he just said, like, yeah, I shocked the dog. I thought the setting was lower or something. You know? I don't know. Be honest about it. He obviously shocked the fucking dog. I was watching him pull his dog by by his like tail from another clip. Also, though, somebody said something. It was kind of interesting. They said that like the dog that Kaya is a very aggressive breed of dog. Well, apparently they aren't inherently aggressive, but if they are very aggressive, like maybe he has an argument up there. But it seems like he tries to keep them in the background of his stream at all times, which is kind of shitty.
Starting to question, did he just shock Kaya? Did he just use a shock collar on stream?
He zaps the poor little dog for getting up. And
Whoa, this guy definitely cares about the dog. This guy here, I definitely believe any criticism he has comes from a good place, you know? Like, that's for sure.
and he says, why'd you make me do that?
So what did he just do to that dog?
Also, this guy probably really cares about dogs as well. You know, these Fox News guys, you know how honest they are.
Today, I want to talk about something that's been all over my feed lately and has been driving me absolutely crazy.
Crazy style.
For the past week, the internet has been dominated.
Sorry, guys. It's an Asmongold clip, but it'll work out.
This together is a good idea, but we're about to see very quickly. She will most likely recognize. She will very quickly learn that that's
So I think Kaya's the little brown one, I guess, because she's younger, and this is his other dog.
probably a mistake. Because if she keeps pushing Fiona, Fiona is going to bite. Oh, there we go. Good job, Fiona. Kaya is really funny when she's scared. Being scared, but it gives me anxiety. Maybe it's me. No, I want her to bite her. I know
I don't know, dude.
Fiona wants out. She's not getting out, though. Fiona snaps at her. She'll just go, ah, 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 and like run away. Run away like a
I mean, maybe this is like a weird.
funniest thing on the fucking planet. Fiona, stay in there. She needs to learn. See? See? I want you guys
He's laughing like my old boss. He was a black guy.
to see what happens when she actually gets scared. It's so fucking funny.
Here's the thing. I don't really know how dog training works. I don't think that Asmongold knows how human training works, but, you know, anyway, that doesn't matter. But let's say that, let's be really charitable. Let's say, like, hey, that's a normal part of raising a dog. You put a younger dog with an older dog who's, like, more of the alpha, we'll say, in the house that has more dominant, like, you know, and they help set boundaries. Maybe that's true. It just kind of seems weird that he's so, like, he's finding it so funny that there could potentially be, like, some kind of an issue of violence. And I guess I just hope somebody's watching them in case it goes out of control. But I think that more than anything else, it could be a positive, productive training method. It is strange though that he's getting so fucking like so much joy out of it happening. That's the part that's like weird to me. So that's would be, I guess, where my bigger criticism like lies in.
Dominated by the conspiracy theory that Twitch streamer Hasan Piker abused his dog using a shock collar during a Twitch live stream.
Are shock collars inherently abusive? I don't know. I wouldn't consider so. I guess that's a different conversation. I guess it depends on how harsh the shock is. Although, yeah, many veterinary and humane organizations consider them abusive because they can cause physical pain. I'd never use a shock collar, but I guess like I would be like, okay, if you have like a light one, like whatever. But okay.
There is, to be clear, zero evidence that his dog Kaya was even wearing a shock collar during that live stream.
He showed us the collar, and he said it has the capacity to shock, I believe, or vibrate. But he had the prongs off, is what everybody's saying. Isn't that what I retweeted? I'm pretty sure, like, that was the whole thing. Somebody said, I think Valkyrie, so who the fuck said it? Jesus Christ. Was it Cutie Cinderella said that it could shock, but they took the prongs off? So it is a shock collar, but by their logic, it's a disarmed shock collar. Yeah, here's Cutie Cinderella talking about it. Okay.
Anyway.
Chapter you remember movies explained
What I have to say, I looked at the collar. The collar is taped off. Where I think there would be prongs. Yeah. There's no zap. There's only a vibrate function. Yeah.
So I would.
All right, so we know it has a vibrate function at the very least, and apparently it's taped off where the prongs would go. So I mean, that's pretty. This person is pretty close. I would say they have a literal podcast with Hasan. Taylor Lorenz wishes that she had a podcast with Hasan. So I'm thinking that there is some more and more credibility every day to this whole fucking situation. It's funny because the more responses there are, the more ammunition people got.
Kaya is pictured wearing a canvas collar with a little AirTag holder in it in the original clip, where she yelled.
Wow, are you saying that that's what Hasan's perspective is? Wow, thank you for regurgitating his take and ignoring certain clips that don't help.
Once after seemingly catching her nail on the dog bed.
Hasan, please notice me.
This led to a bunch of internet-pilled psychos crawling through hours and hours and hours of footage, claiming that Piker secretly abuses his dog.
Well, just to be clear, it's not. I guess it wouldn't be a secret. But more than anything else, I mean, like this is the problem. I'm pretty sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, Taylor Lorenz frequents like H3 snark Reddit. So you're all doing the same shit over and over and over and over again. Stop pretending that like you don't do it. People snark the fuck out of Ethan Klein because he used to feed his dog a little bit of cheese and the vet said it was okay, and then people are making songs about it now, about how Ethan killed his dog. And then you're sitting here and you're like, yeah, I frequent those Reddits, but this one, you guys are all fucking crazy. You do the same thing, Taylor. You've made a tweet like more than every hour about this whole Hasan Gate thing. You're also terminally online. It's your job in your defense, but that's what you are.
Their evidence of this is not even the footage where Kaya yelps. It's
that is evidence of it. It's pretty solid evidence. Not a proven evidence, but it's evidence. It's decent evidence.
That in totally different clips where she doesn't even appear to be in distress at all, she's wearing a collar.
Yeah, like clips where like Hasan is dragging on the tail of a dog, which could like snap their spine and fucking give them permanent damage. yeah, it's not a big deal, guys. Like, what are you talking about? That's pretty fucking crazy.
With a small green light on it. Piker showed this collar on stream. It's an electronic vibration collar with 0 shock capabilities.
Okay, but what about Cutie Cinderella saying that it had shock capabilities? What, do we just ignore his literal friend? Hasan lied, and we're going to believe that because I really want him to fuck me. Like, what are we doing here?
Attempting to debunk this conspiracy that Hasan abuses his dog, however...
Listen, here's the problem, Taylor. I'm going to take Cutie Cinderella's words over yours. She's a friend of his. And to be clear, I mean, he probably shocked the dog. It sounds like not good. I don't even care that much. Like, I'm not trying to be an asshole. Like, it sounds shitty to me. You know, but like I'm not even like that riled up over it. I just find it hilarious that you guys get so fucking ass hurt about like Hasan doing this. Just admit it. He shocked the fucking dog, or maybe he vibrated it and the dog got nervous because it was a week since Hasan was there. But then you look back at these other clips and Hasan's like grabbing on dogs' tails, which could fucking really hurt the dog. And then he's getting pleasure out of boundary, like watching, Kaya get like, bitten at by his older dog Fiona, like boundary training, which is probably normal. I don't really know, but like it's normal to do that boundary training. It's probably not normal to take like a significant amount of joy out of your dog potentially getting bitten by another dog. It's very strange. It's very strange. He doesn't seem to have, to me, he doesn't seem to necessarily value the doggy about that much. Just don't have a dog if you don't give a fuck about dogs. You know what I mean? I mean, they're pets, but they're supposed to be kind of part of your family. If you have them as a pet, you got to treat them as part of the family. That's kind of the whole point. So,
however, has become largely impossible. First of all, you can't prove a negative, which everyone pushing this crazy conspiracy theory, by the way, actually knows. It would
me when I think I'm good at debate.
It would be like asking me to prove that I've never punched someone. Whoa. Again, you can't prove a negative. After Hasan revealed the vibration collar on stream.
Why don't you play the clip of him shocking the dog? How come that's not the first clip that you've shown? Oh, it's dishonest interpretation of events, I guess. But okay. Like, why not at least show this video?
On allegedly using a shock collar on his dog.
Kaya, please just fucking go. Just stop.
Like, why, if you are so confident that Hasan is not shocking his dog, why not show the clip in your video? It makes you look dishonest.
Bad actors attempted to leverage the fact that he put a small piece.
That is true. That one guy, fake Matt Walsh, that they showed in the beginning, he was a failed actor, I'm pretty sure. It was a Michael Knowles. Half of conservatives are failed actors. So I guess bad actors.
Piece of tape on the back to conceal his phone number, which is like written in Sharpie on the back of the little vibration box, as evidence that he somehow secretly modified and soldered down shock collar prongs. Something that would be...
Right, but Cutie Cinderella said that was what it was. That's what's her interpretation of events, so I don't really know what the hell's happening.
Basically be like impossible to do. Like impossible.
It's impossible. Cutie Cinderella just says that that's what it is.
I'll pause here to say that I've met...
Pause, get it? Like a dog?
Kaya IRL.
Guys, this was my shining moment when I met Kaya IRL. I loved it. I loved that I got to hang out with Hasan. I wish that I had the shock collar on me. That would have been so much better.
I've never seen her in a shock collar. I've spoken to people who have walked Kaya, babysit Kaya, probably spent hundreds of hours with this dog.
I mean, the people that are like financially dependent onto Hasan? What the fuck?
And according to everyone I spoke to, in 0 instances has she ever been abused.
Wow. Well, you know what? That's proof enough for me. By the way, I talked to a lot of priests. They said that child molestation never happened and that we should all ignore the evidence of child molestation happening at churches and then them getting passed around to different churches. The priests, that is, instead of actually doing something else.
Not a single guest on Piker's Twitch stream in the years and years and years that he's had Kaya has said that they've ever seen Piker mistreat Kaya.
Wow, it's incredible.
It's not a shock collar. I've seen that collar. I've used that collar before.
Yep.
I have baby.
She seems like the kind of person that would use the collar. If you know what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with that, dude. I'd think about it.
We sat that
with my wife, of course.
Dog.
And the only reason more influencers aren't
consensually
speaking out publicly is because the people perpetuating this vicious harassment campaign are threatening them into silence. Big time.
Who's doing that? This is your proof of that? Pokemon and Lily Chu announced that they have canceled their scheduled podcast with Hasan. It did not feel right uploading tomorrow's episode at this moment in time. The episode was supposed to air as usual, but staff refused to upload it out of fear it caused drama and also posted this statement without my approval. Sorry, guys. Wait, what?
The people perpetuating this vicious harassment campaign are threatening them into silence.
That's your evidence of them being threatened into silence because like Pokemon's PR team decided to do something without like her wanting them to do it. That's not threatening. That's just stupid and they should be fired. Like, I don't understand. Why is it threatening? That's your evidence of threatening? That's so weird. She fired them? Good. She should fire them. I don't, like, what the fuck? Like, that's fucking weird. That's so strange. What the fuck? Why is it threatening them into silence? What is wrong with you? You people are so fucking terminally online.
Big time influencers are having their brand
Yeah, true. Kaya never complained to me one time.
deals jeopardized and facing serious business consequences for even suggesting that they might publicly come out in support of Hasan. It's
like who?
actually happening on a scale that I have never seen before.
Okay, crazy. Can you show that to me? I'd honestly love to see that. Maybe she's right.
Multiple journalists.
But then again, also just keep in mind, a lot of people don't like it when dogs get abused. People, for some reason, care about dogs more than people. So, you know, there's a possibility that's what it is. There's a possibility that that's actually the issue, is that people get really worked up when it comes to dogs, and that is why this is happening, and not just because it's some cancellation campaign. But yeah, like, show that to me. I'd love to see it.
In group chats, by the way, I've been talking to people of like wanted to report out this story, but other influencers are so scared of the harassment and abuse that they might get that they don't even want to speak on the record with their name. And
okay.
yes, I know also, by the way, that making this video will definitely just put a target on my back, but
you don't care. You're not a serious person that cares about your image. So.
I don't care because the people perpetuating these conspiracy theories already hate me.
I guess so. I don't really hate her. I kind of feel bad for her. Like, she's simping for a guy that's like 10 years younger than her and trying to like desperately be terminally online. It's very strange. And she doesn't feel bad about it. It's like you've totally like dove into this like fucking community in such like a weird way, and you're not even like, man, I'm like old, like I should probably do something else. I've been thinking about that and what I consider like a productive way. I figured out like a way to be you know, maybe a little different and more productive. You're just like fucking full on in on it, boy. Like, what the fuck?
Everyone who spends any modicum of time with Hasan knows how much he loves that dog. Kaya is one of the most.
Hey, and you know what they say, guys? If somebody loves something, they cannot abuse it. Right? Like, that's, I mean, this is actually a real conversation. Not for nothing. And I don't even know if Hasan abuses the dog. And even if like the shock collar is a bad idea, maybe he just has like an older school mentality on shock collars that's like wrong, right? But he might treat the dog perfectly you know, every other way. And that's perfectly possible. I don't really know. But like, realistically speaking, like, you can love something and be abusive to it. That's one of like the biggest struggles that people who are being abused have with their abusive partners, is that they know their partner loves them, but they harm them and they don't know how to contend with that very complicated set of emotions. And so, and you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot going on with that. So like, this idea that because you love something means that you wouldn't be abusive to it it's just silly, and it's childish. It's something that like somebody that's older should have a better understanding of. You should understand that that's not an argument. And maybe you do, you just don't care.
Pampered and spoiled dogs in Los Angeles. Who knows why Kaya yelped that like one day, but she is literally a dog. I grew up with dogs, multiple dogs that worked as therapy dogs actually in hospitals. And
wow, did they make a good pay?
sometimes if a dog steps on their foot or catches their nail wrong or something, or just gets startled, they'll yelp. Kaya's also literally only yelped like that once, like in all of Hasan's years of streaming. It's not like this is some regular thing.
Her whole argument is that dogs sometimes just yelp. Okay. This is pathetic. This is so fucking pathetic. This is so stupid.
And also, what's crazy to me too is shock collars, which are commonly used in dog training. They're not like tasers. They usually give like a crawling sensation on a dog's skin. But
guys, Hasan didn't shock the dog, but if he did, shock collars aren't even that big of a deal. Did you? Bro, this is how you know somebody's lying. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why can't you just be like, yeah, maybe it's a shock collar, I just don't care. Like, I just say that. I don't know. It seems like shock collars are bad, but I wouldn't necessarily call somebody abusive for using it. You know what I mean? But I'm also like older. I'm 5 years old. My mother used to hit me. I don't think she was abusing me, and then she stopped when the therapist told her to. Like, I have a different perspective on something, so I'm not like as riled up. So I wouldn't be like, you know, maybe he has a dated perspective on shock collars. But like, I'm also pretty sure somebody else came out and said that they use the same dog trainer, and that dog trainer, like, I don't know. I'm not even gonna finish that thought because I don't even want to like spread something wrong. But I just, this whole thing is so stupid.
the idea that Piker is somehow secretly abusing his dog and shocking Kaya until she's in pain
What's the explanation for the dog like staying in the corner of the stream like the entire day?
repeatedly is just completely made up in people's heads. This is a dog that lives a life I guarantee you is significantly better than anyone watching this video.
I love this argument because basically what she's saying is that if you have a lot of money, you can do whatever you want. Hey, this dog lives a better life, so like who like than you? Yeah, it's the dog. The dog is like some kind of like a fucking special, you know, breed, like a fucking $1,000 dog breed or something that lives with a millionaire. Where you tell, but like it's just so weird. It's like, well, the dog gets treated really well outside of the potential abuse moment, so who cares? Like, I don't know. I mean, you know, to say that most people do actually care is probably not true. Well, actually, this is a tough one. This is like one of the toughest ones to like really talk about. Because I think that there's like valid criticism on Hasan for obviously shocking the fucking dog if you just literally watch the video of him shock the dog, you know. But like people love dogs more than human beings. And so like while there are definitely people who are like snarking Hasan because they hate him, people like love animals more than people. It's actually fucking crazy. Like people, and like, you know what I mean? Like they love animals. So I think that a lot of this just comes from the fact that people love animals. And that's why they're giving so much pushback. Because it's one of the weirder ones. Because I can't even like fully brush off the hype of like, oh, they're just anti-Hasan people, because people fucking love animals. And like, honestly, I mean, listen, I used to love my dog. I haven't had a dog in a while. I don't really care about animals right now. If I had a dog, I'd probably like love dogs. You know what I mean? But I just don't have a dog. I don't want to have a dog right now. I don't feel like keeping the fucking house in them. If I did, I'd probably be more riled up too. But like, I'm not even riled up. I don't care as much as other people do. I'm just being honest with you. I'm not shaming you if you do. I'm just saying, like, I don't have the energy, but there's a lot of people that have the energy because they really fucking love dogs, dude. You know, they love dogs. So I think that some of it just comes from the fact that people really, really love dogs, and they're like really pissed off at Hasan for probably shocking the dog. I mean, that was pretty fucking, I don't know, man. It looks pretty shocking to me.
The idea that dozens of high-profile guests on Piker's stream and every single person who's ever spent any meaningful time with Kaya would all be involved in some secret, years-long, elaborate cover-up is insane. Like,
okay, well, I mean, dude, like, people can be in abusive relation, and we're talking about relationship, but and still hide it from people. So, and this, you could do the same thing with a dog.
Like, literally, if you believe this, you have lost touch with reality. The
So true, Queen. So true.
entire thing is the most idiotic and deranged conspiracy theory that I think I've ever covered.
You guys are so weird how hard you defend Hasan.
Like, this is literally like, it's QAnon flat earther level shit. Nevertheless,
Okay, it's not really, though.
the story has been weaponized by the far right to launch a multi-platform smear campaign against Piker.
Maybe.
Laura Loomer has posted relentlessly about it. Tech founder Palmer Luckey is offering $100,000 to anyone who can tear apart Hasan's vibration collar, which I just want to say again, Kaya's like not even wearing in that original clip.
Are you like accidentally being stupid, or are you doing it on purpose? She wasn't even wearing in that clip. It insinuates that she was wearing it in other clips. You realize that, right?
She was just wearing her regular canvas collar with the AirTag holder. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
I feel like you should probably just lie more instead of like playing plausible deniability language, because people who can read through it it makes you realize that like Taylor probably has seen Kaya in a shock collar before then, or a vibration collar at the very least, and she's just lying about it. That's what that indicates to me, and it was very strange.
Prominent Silicon Valley venture capitalists are weighing in. Posts pushing the conspiracy
Yeah, Cutie Cinderella better collect her 100K.
theory are among the most viewed posts of all time on subreddits like Livestream Fail. Israeli news sites have been mainstreaming the conspiracy, along with a slew of low-quality SEO-driven outlets.
Probably.
Democratic influence.
But just because a bunch of like bad people are criticizing Hasan doesn't mean that the criticism isn't valid.
Who are part of Chorus and the 1630 Fund's dark money influence campaign, like Suzanne Lambert, a failed comedian who calls herself a Regina George liberal, have also been pumping out this conspiracy. Even PETA has weighed in, though to be fair,
PETA and Katniss.
It was like, Hasan said he doesn't use a shock collar. Like,
whoa, guys, Hasan said it, so it do be true.
Like, what are we supposed to say? Piker has been subject to...
Is that actually what they said? I'm curious now. What's so funny is that, like, first of all, Taylor Lorenz is calling us terminally online while she looks at Dexerto articles. But then if you read the article, the actual, what they're saying isn't even what she's saying. PETA spoke out on the situation in a statement to the Hollywood Reporter where the organization stressed the potential dangers of shock collar training and suggested using positive reinforcement instead. Hasan Piker has denied using a shock collar on this dog. We hope that's true because shock collars are dangerous and downright cruel. They put dogs at risk for burn wounds, chronic anxiety, and displaced aggression, they told the outlet. Positive reinforcement is a far more effective training method and doesn't betray an animal's companion's trust in us. That's not even like, she didn't even accurately retell what she just said.
Have also been pumping out this conspiracy. Even PETA has weighed in, though to be fair, PETA was like, Hasan said he doesn't use a shock collar. Like,
that's not even like a reasonable, that's not even close to a reasonable recap of what they actually said. It's just so weird. She's such a lie. It's so weird. Like when you see people lie this hard, like that's when it makes you feel like the person's more guilty. Like you can't even accurately recap a PETA article, or excuse me, an article from Dexerto that you're referencing. That's not even what they said. What the fuck? It's like so sad. It's so sad, dude. This makes me want to like get away from talking about these types of things because these people are pathetic. It's just I don't know, dude. It's just so fucking sad. What are you doing?
Like, what are we supposed to say? Piker has been subject to politically driven smear campaigns for years. But
maybe I don't even know if I agree with that. He's a very toxic person. Hasan has done a really good job at making it seem like to the average like onlooker, like he's like a pretty decent representation of the left. I mean, and if you look at it purely from a very shallow perspective, he's a more masculine, attractive guy who criticizes, the American government. I think is generally a reasonable thing to do. But when you start looking deeper, he's the same as everyone else. He's the same as everybody else in this sphere. It's some kind of like weird debate pervert that likes to that enjoys like rage baiting for attention. He insinuates that certain like Ethan Klein's wife is a fucking valid military target, even though she hasn't been like living in Israel for like decades since she's been in the fucking IDF when she was doing it mandatory. He'll sit here and wave like fake guns around so that he can rage bait for attention. You know what I mean? Like it's just constant shit. Like he does the same fucking thing as everybody else. So I mean, that's the thing. So to sit here and say it's all smear campaigns, I don't know if that's true.
But this latest manufactured controversy reveals a toxic new dynamic that I think will define the next era of the internet. Outrage-driven, Gamergate-style social media hate campaigns combined with the 24/7 video surveillance machine. Twitch.
What was it? 24/7 video surveillance machine. Doesn't he make content online?
Streamers like Piker are the first to experience this destructive combination. But as
you mean the people who put content online are part of a constant surveillance machine? He's doing it himself.
More and more footage of everyone becomes available online. Anyone who angers the wrong group could suffer a similar fate.
This is pathetic. The growing surveillance state in the U.S. is far worse than you imagine. I just need you guys to understand something, what's happening with Taylor Lorenz here, and it's like something that's really weird, and it's like super obsessive. I don't really understand it. Taylor Lorenz is talking about how Hasan is the victim of a constant surveillance campaign against some magical foreign entity. Hasan is a streamer who puts all of his stuff up on the internet. This is a great conversation to have outside of streamers, that there is growing surveillance. But she's quoting an article. It says the growing surveillance state in the U.S. is far worse than you imagine. Through court battles, legal loopholes, executive orders, and shady contracts, the Trump administration preempts legal challenges and crushes the safeguards protecting privacy rights and due process. This has nothing to do with a streamer. Everything that people are referencing is shit that he's streamed. It's just very bizarre that the arguments in this video, like they miss the mark every single time. This is deranged. Like, this is a little bit scary. Like, if I saw you giving out candy on Halloween, I would just kind of avoid your house because I don't know. You just give me the fucking heebie-jeebies, I guess. So weird. It's nothing to do with Hasan.
And of course, all of this will be exacerbated
Sora gives deepfakes a publicist. Who's talking about fucking deepfakes?
by AI. For years, we've been told that constant surveillance is a good thing, that
Nobody has ever told me that before, but okay.
it's vindicating. Silicon Valley
Who?
executives claim that widespread video recording will prevent abuse, harassment, crimes, etc. This has led to the mass adoption of things like police body cameras, 24/7 video capture.
Well, I think police body cameras are a great idea. No? Aren't they a good idea? What?
On our streets, and a sprawling crowdsourced surveillance machine on social media.
Are you saying that police body cams are bad? Is that the insinuation that she's making? I think that's something that was the most productive aspect of like what happened during the George Floyd riots, is that we got more body camera footage so that police are held to accountable. What?
Social media platforms are actively incentivizing this surveillance, prioritizing video footage and
Wait, maybe I'm incredibly fucking stupid. I probably am regardless, but is she saying that police body cam footage is bad? What the Sigma? What the fuck is she talking about?
hours-long live streams over every other type of content format. Just last month, billionaire, soon-to-be TikTok owner Larry Ellison said that a vast AI-fueled video surveillance system would ensure, quote, citizens will be on their best behavior because we're
That's definitely scary. This is not the time to have the conversation because it's irrelevant right now.
Constantly recording and reporting everything that's going on. This comment is a perfect encapsulation of the delusional fantasy pushed by so many in Silicon Valley.
What the fuck are you talking about?
The surveillance state will be
What does this have to do with Hasan live streaming him probably shocking his dog?
Used for good. The narrative is seductive. If we could just see everything in 4K, disputes over what really happened would collapse, the thinking goes.
What the fuck is she talking about?
If everything in life is videotaped and archived, then the real truth of these messy situations would be indisputable. But Hasan Piker's dog collar incident shows that this theory is catastrophically wrong.
What are you talking about? Oh, okay. You know what? A point I think she thinks she's making is that, hey guys, Hasan records his own stuff, and then we see live cam footage of something happening. But since all of you are crazy, and I'm not going to show the clip, by the way, that's what she's not going to show you the clip of the dog getting probably shocked. Actually, it doesn't matter if there's video footage of something happening because you're just going to make up a narrative anyway. Okay. Gotcha. Again, I question why she never put the dog getting shocked in her video.
Possibly.
Like, why haven't you put the dog getting shocked?
Oh.
Collar on his,
like, what is it?
His dog.
Kaya, please just fucking go. Just stop.
What other explanation do I have here? Like, I don't even know. I'm a normal dude. What other explanation is there here? What else do you think it is?
Just stop.
What is that, Taylor? What do you think that is? You think it just yelped for no reason?
He
reaches over and he clicks something and the dog yelps. Like, I don't understand. This thing was in my fucking face.
Almost no one is more surveilled than a Twitch streamer like Piker. He broadcasts almost every waking hour of his life. There are tens of thousands of hours of archived footage of him and his dog. When he leaves the house or goes out in public, fans videotape his every move.
Whoa.
He documents his own life on social media too, posting videos across Instagram and TikTok.
So true, Queen.
In theory, this should make it harder for bad actors to manufacture controversies.
Okay.
Such total visibility should make false accusations impossible. If everything is on record, then surely it would be easy for anyone to see.
Don't call me Shirley. It's interesting because I think that Taylor Lorenz feels like she is a real journalist inside of a space, and that she has additional credibility when it comes to different topics because she's a journalist in her eyes. But realistically speaking, she's just a very terminally online girl with a crush, and she has she has boyfriend politics. I'm sorry to say that, but like I think that if Taylor Lorenz had a huge crush on somebody on the right, she would be a conservative. That's what the problem here is she has boyfriend politics, and she loves Hasan. I'm just saying, like, I've observed her in the way she talks about him. It's very obsessive. It's very, I will do anything for you. It is very, I will destroy my credibility just so that you will like me. It's simp behavior, frankly. That's it. Nobody takes you seriously as like any type of reporter or journalist, man. So
the truth of the situation. But the opposite is true.
Whoa.
Instead of video being used as a tool to debunk conspiracies, it's increasingly used as a tool to validate them.
Then why didn't you show the video of Hasan shocking his dog in this video? Or probably shocking the dog? That's one of the problems, is that you refuse to show the footage in the video where you're talking about the specific footage. You've referenced it. You said you think the dog just did an LOL yelp or something. I don't really get it, but that was your argument. But like, why wouldn't you show it unless you're afraid that showing it looks really bad for you?
In Piker's case, this has meant that an endless stream of years-old clips is being repackaged and miscontextualized in order to further a politically driven hate campaign.
True. It's funny because like most of the people criticizing Hasan are fucking left-wingers.
The dozens of out-of-context video clips spreading on social media,
even XQC is like actually pretty left-wing,
racking up millions of views in some cases, have become a digital Rorschach test.
Okay.
Albert Fox-Khan, founder of the Surveillance Technology Oversight Project, said, quote, "We are always given the same lie that somehow video is objective. But the truth is that there's so much power in how it's interpreted and edited."
Sure. That could be true. My problem I have, though, is that like she doesn't even seem to be on board with police body cam footage. Video is better than somebody's word because it shows an objective reality. And then it's about how we subjectively interpret that. That is going to be the conversation, but it is better. Do you feel like there wasn't enough information before or after shown of the fucking Shocktober 7th that we need to see? Be my guest, show it. But you won't because you're afraid.
Even the most trivial form of tracking, even someone's own Twitch stream, can turn into this weapon against them. Every camera is now a panopticon in the making.
Wow.
Josh Citarella and
Hey guys, we're learning new words. Panopticon. A circular prison with cells arranged around a central well? What?
Panopticon.
Oh, okay.
An artist and researcher who studies online communities and radicalization put it this way, quote, "Conspiracy theories and disinformation are flourishing because endless video archives are available. So long as the video archive exists, people can cherry pick and make these new narratives. If
Couldn't they do that without the video being available? I don't understand.
the videos didn't exist or were closed, then the narratives wouldn't seem credible. The
Okay, all right.
possibility of people finding..."
I find it very interesting that in this entire video is basically, hey guys, the George Floyd riots were all for nothing. Like, I don't know if you understand what's happening here, but Taylor Lorenz is effectively sitting here saying that George Floyd died in vain. And I know that sounds like a horrible thing to say, but that's what she's doing unintentionally. She's making a video, for some reason, defending when Hasan looks like he shocks his dog, refuses to show it in the video because I guess she's terrified of what it looks like because it looks like he shocks a dog, and then goes on about how like constant surveillance is bad, and she even references police body cam footage being bad. That was what 2020 was about, where George Floyd was murdered by a police officer, and then at least the positive, productive outcome was, hey, we now have more body cam footage for police officers. And I think that she would generally agree with that, but right now she is so hell-bent on defending Hasan Piker for probably shocking his dog, where even his friend, a cutie Cinderella, said that it was a shock collar that was taped over and had the prongs removed, while she refuses to acknowledge that. Like, that's what she's doing. She just needs to defend. It's it's like, it's weird. I don't think she understands that she's engaging in like massive cognitive dissonance as she pushes, just makes this weird, in my opinion, like obsessive Hasan love story video. It's fucking unhinged. Okay.
Disingenuous clips to piece together a false story in an even marginally convincing way wouldn't be possible. Because each new clip has the potential to go viral and every major social platform right now is incentivizing video, users across the internet are incentivized to participate in these crowdsourced forensic investigations. The hate campaign against Piker has already spawned a cottage industry of video analysts and Reddit internet detectives who have been pouring over thousands of hours of live streaming footage, analyzing every video frame and
I guess they're bored, dude. That's what you do for your work, so.
constructing elaborate
There's a bunch of people doing what I do, but only I'm allowed to do that.
conspiracy theories about what really happened. The cycle is not
Isn't that what she does? She just like pours through a bunch of information. I think sometimes she also tries to talk to young people that are under the age of 18 without their parents' consent. I remember seeing that in a video. And that like really good like content cop Taylor Lorenz, she would talk to young people without necessarily having their parents' consent. We're already right on the mark, baby.
Allow me to quote.
This is from a guy named BoastWiki. I would take a look at it.
The article. The biggest, most challenging thing about my job is getting teenagers to talk to me on my phone or having them let me into their house. A lot of kids don't want anything to do with it, especially if their parents aren't fully aware of what they're doing.
As a formality, do you mind if I tape on my end? I'm not gonna name you. I'll keep you anonymous. It just
for sure.
Were you like hopping on calls?
This is a 16-year-old influencer.
Like, these were phone calls, right? You were talking with Taylor? Yeah. And your mom was listening too, right? Or no?
No, my mom was not listening.
Oh, okay. So did Taylor ever reach out to your mom?
No, she never reached out to me.
Wow.
She just went straight to you.
Yes.
Okay.
Did that strike you as odd?
For me?
Yeah.
For me, it didn't too much. Just
Obviously, she wouldn't. The 16-year-old wouldn't think it was weird, you know?
because of, you know, like
Because 16-year-olds are dumb and think they're adults.
2021, like everyone reaches out to everyone somehow these days.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like, I kind of understood that in a sense. But then again, I also kind of saw it coming because I knew that she was kind of working on the article. So like, I was kind of like told like, oh, you like watch out if you get this message because like you should respond to it.
Oh, okay. So, wait, one of your friends told you that, or like one of that?
Yeah, no, one of my friends.
Okay, so was like, hey, Taylor's working on an article. Respond if she messages you.
Yeah.
If their parents aren't fully aware of what they're doing.
Wow, incredible. We do be loving that. Good job, Taylor.
entirely new. The tactics being used against Piker are ripped directly from the Gamergate playbook. The goal is to isolate a target, manufacture controversy, weaponize social platforms and traditional media to spread lies, and orchestrate sustained network harassment.
Isn't that what you guys did to Ethan Klein? Like, it's just like, I love how there's this energy. It's like Gamergate. I was working a real adult job during Gamergate. I don't really know what the fuck was going on. But like, this sounds exactly like the obsessive campaign against Ethan Klein. No, like everybody just like targeted Ethan and they pretended that he hated Palestinian people, even though there's footage of him like educating Trisha Paytas on how abusive the Israeli government specifically was to the people in Gaza. This is exactly what you guys did to fucking Ethan. It's just like you guys do all the same shit. Like, you guys live in these fucking terminally online communities. And you can even criticize Ethan because he's also in like a fucking, he's a little bit terminally online too. And he has some snark energy as well in his own way. But like, you guys exist in this sphere of very toxic fucking basically Reddit posting over and over again and obsessing about people. And then you complain when it happens to one of your guys. That's like, okay, like, what do you like? Okay, this is the energy you're putting out. Okay.
With the eventual goal of making someone so controversial that they essentially end up bankrupt and deplatformed. But most Gamergate-style campaigns have traditionally relied on more text-based media or vague
But now they have videos, so it's hard for us to lie about it in response.
accusations about the business dealings or journalistic practices. Bad actors might use a few screenshots here and there or some out-of-context comments, but the doctored evidence presented in these campaigns
What's doctored?
hasn't traditionally been video in nature. That has all changed with the rise of clip culture, the proliferation of this new medium, and the sheer scale of this anti-Hasan Piker hate campaign shows that we're entering a
I bet that Taylor wishes that she was Uncle Hasan. No, she wishes she was Auntie Hasan. She wants to... You get my point.
a new era of the weaponization of the internet, driven by attacks where video has undeniably replaced text as the raw material for conspiracy theories. Albert Fox Khan, again of the Surveillance Technology Oversight Project, which is awesome, by the way,
That sounds great.
said, quote, with more footage being taken from more places and shared more widely at a time where journalism institutions are breaking, rather than being a way to bring us back down to the ground, video ends up just fueling these conspiracy theories.
I just find it so funny because, like, Taylor, I think she wants to be like the voice of reason. She's so unreasonable. It'll never be you. I don't know what to tell you. I don't think anybody come out of a Taylor Lorenz video and go like, oh, she's trying to be objective. That's the whole thing. You know, people get shit wrong. I get shit wrong all the time. Like, people get shit wrong. It happens. It is what it is. But, like, do you seriously look at Taylor Lorenz and go like, oh, this is somebody trying to be honest? I don't think that she is at all. I think that she's intentionally trying to be dishonest to defend Hasan in a weird way. Like, just don't talk about it. Stop talking about it. Stop responding to it. Like, it is very pseudo-intellectual. It's silly. It's just silly goosery.
Influencers willingly monetize their own surveillance
I forgot my wife was going to the fucking mall today. Fuck.
in order to turn their lives into content for profit. But if we continue down
Give me that money, baby.
this path, the experiences of Twitch streamers will become more common in everyday life. The weaponized internet will
I mean, I don't really feel bad for people who make it their entire life's work to always be online, so.
merge with the surveillance infrastructure that we've built, and ordinary people will live under the same microscope as influencers do today. As the couple at the Coldplay concert this past summer, or the security guard at Charlie Kirk's Final Turning Point event likely realized, there is no way to opt out of this new system. AI will inevitably make all of this worse. Deepfake video generation tools are being rolled out en masse.
That's fine. That's part's true, but like, it really doesn't have anything to do with Hasan right now. So it's not really part of the incredible. It's not really part of the conversation, is it?
While media literacy plummets, bad actors who are already comfortable manipulating real footage will begin fabricating videos of their targets or subtly altering them using AI.
Probably. The problem is that there's a lot of people on the left, and it feels like Taylor is one of them. That's me. That's just my opinion. That are willing to engage into the same MAGA tactics, we're going to call them. And that's what Taylor's doing. She just literally refuses to show the video that's being referenced here. I think it's because she's afraid and knows that it looks bad. And she would be willing to do the same thing, and she would brush it off by saying, well, MAGA does it. I think to some degree there needs to be some fighting back, being a little more aggressive and stop pussyfooting around when it comes to criticizing MAGA. I do 100% agree with that. But, you know, Taylor really just... I don't think that Taylor seems to be very willing to be dishonest. That's what I'm seeing here. Or she just doesn't know how to interpret information very well. That's also possible. I mean, I guess we don't really know. But that's my insinuation. That's what I think.
AI will also make it easier to search, catalog, and weaponize every video ever recorded.
Okay.
Finding all available clips of someone making the wrong hand gesture, or wearing a specific color, or moving their body in a certain way.
Okay. I don't care.
Could be as easy as clicking a few buttons.
Listen, I don't care. I really don't care. Here's the thing, dude. You know, sometimes people do stupid shit and say stupid shit. It happens. And if somebody brought up some dumbass shit that I did back in the day, I would respond to it, honestly. Be like, yeah, listen, that was stupid. Or maybe I agree with it. I don't fucking know. You know, that's one of the things is I would hope... But I think that I would be able to come out the other side and people being like, oh, okay, like, you know what, you've tried to be an honest person, so I can appreciate what you're saying. But we're not talking about like it's your normal honest person that's trying their best to be honest and then maybe has made mistakes. We're talking about people who engage in fucking, you know, MAGA pageantry, and that's what Hasan Sphere does all the time. You know, he never admits he's wrong even when he's wrong, and he always just deflects and has all of his friends defend him instead of like actually taking some kind of accountability or being honest about anything. Okay, fuck me in the ass on that one. So, I mean, this is just not a good argument.
If an influencer broadcasting tens of thousands of hours of his life for years can be successfully smeared by a single misleading clip.
Isn't there there's 20 clips out there? What do you mean a single misleading clip? And then there's every one of his streams that where up until I imagine this point, Kaya has been in the background for all of them. It's very strange.
What chance does a regular person have when a few seconds of their life goes viral? What recourse do they have when they're unjustly smeared by thousands online?
So true, Queen. We're not talking about a regular person, though.
Institutional fact-based reporting outlets have been all but dismantled. And even when a journalist does debunk misinformation, like I'm trying to do right now, hello.
You're not a journalist. That's a great, incredible picture on the screen. But that's, I told you. What did I say earlier? Taylor wants to be the journalist who brings some kind of common sense and intellect to these conversations, but she doesn't realize how deep she is into everything. She's online constantly. She has not stopped tweeting about this situation. It's like a tweet in every hour. It's unhinged. It's too much. It's borders or even enters obsessive. You're not the credible journalist that's ever going to sway anybody's opinion on this. And you're not even somebody that's generally credible, but then this time you're not. You know, your last controversy was you overly focusing on how Democrats were getting money together so that they could, have some kind of pushing of information. Left-leaning idea information. You were like, this is terrible, this is horrible. You barely talked about how conservatives do the same thing. You barely talked about how the Democrats try to get rid of dark money, and Republicans are more in favor of utilizing it because they utilize it more. You don't want to talk about that. You have this weird obsession with things that are slightly left of what you pretend to be because you have boyfriend politics for Hasan Parker. You're not an objective source of information, and nobody looks at you and goes I think that you're trying to be on. Nobody thinks that of you. You're a means to an end for Hasan, and the second that you decided that you were going to have a difference in opinion, he's going to abandon you, and so is his entire audience, because they're audience loyalists to Hasan, not to you. Nobody looks at you and goes, oh, wow, this girl's really interesting. There's something about her that I specifically like. No, it's, oh, she agrees with Hasan. You're right. There's nothing there. You can't walk away from Hasan without devastating, the atmosphere you've decided to jump into.
Audiences are
I'm not using that for the thumbnail. That's too mean.
Time to fall for narratives driven solely by
that was an unfortunate pause, guys.
Whoever can post the loudest and clip the fastest. This type of video clip-driven harassment can be incredibly profitable. Platforms like X, TikTok, and Instagram reward video views with cash payouts. Platforms like X, TikTok, and Instagram,
but they don't really pay very much, and Instagram doesn't even really pay at all right now. Facebook's probably better, honestly, but
reward video
it's not really relevant.
Views with cash payouts. Bad faith actors can rake in thousands of dollars by posting a flood of context-free, shareable clips or dissecting video footage on a live stream. Any clip, no matter how benign, can be reframed in service of a particular narrative. For example, on Monday, thousands of X users falsely claimed that a sound made by Twitch streamer Austin Show snapping his gum was actually Hasan Piker pressing some sort of secret shock button. I'm telling you, this
Never seen that clip before. You're a little too deep in all the conspiracy shit.
stuff is deranged. In other videos, bad actors simply take any small movement by Kaya readjusting her position
Wait, why aren't you showing the clips?
on her little dog bed as evidence of her being shocked into submission. Again, there's
a reason for that.
zero evidence of any of these delusional claims. People have also falsely claimed that Kaya is forced to sit behind Piker throughout his entire broadcast like a prop.
I skimmed through a couple streams. She's there for the majority of it. It's very strange to me. That doesn't seem like natural behavior. So,
which is just an insanely false claim that can be debunked by watching any of his streams where Kaya frequently moves about or goes to grab water or leaves the room.
okay. Well, at least we finally showed a clip.
Piker controversy might read as mindless internet drama, but we desperately need people to start caring about these things and recognizing these types of incidents as the internet bellwethers that they are. We also need to be extremely vocal in calling out bad actors pushing these extremely politically driven lies
That picture edit is so funny though.
about Piker and others. The fact that so many Democrat influencers, including Instagram accounts that even claim to be anti-disinformation are pushing these grossly false, unsubstantiated claims.
They're pretty substantiated. It's funny though, because you're the guys that like constantly shit on people slightly left of you. So
as part of an effort to smear one of the most vocal leftists online is deeply disturbing. But that's what these centrist liberal influencers do. And
centrist liberal influencer. She's on the pretend war against fucking people on the left.
That's
if Hasan didn't exist at the political. If Hasan had different politics, she would be all over that political. That's all it is, dude. I'm telling you.
Why they're so dangerous. Just as with the original Gamergate over a decade ago, liberals who
Gamergate
happily align with fascists to attack leftists will blatantly repost and promote false far-right smears about leftists in order to launder them to a mainstream audience. It's pitiful. This cycle is pitiful.
Guys, we're the victim. You just released an entire article that tried to demonize people that are like left of MAGA, pretty substantially left of MAGA, and you shit on them for using dark money, which I don't even think it was actually dark money, while barely even referencing that conservatives are much more willing to weaponize that. Like, you're playing a game too. You're playing infighting right now. You guys have been doing the infighting for how long on the left? Like, why do you think the right is so powerful? Because people like Hasan have been heavily battering people on the left that aren't the left enough for him with a fucking bat over their heads. He literally disconnected himself from Ethan Klein because Ethan Klein got upset that Israeli people died and said, yeah, I think from the river to the seas for some Jewish people feels like they're saying, you know, get rid of Jewish people, while still showing empathy and compassion for the people who have been, you know, getting killed in Gaza in an open air prison. He's been talking about it since before Frenemies. As somebody who's a dual citizen, like, this is all you guys do, though. It's like you just batter people that aren't left enough for you. You shit on people who, like, that's what you guys have been doing. And that strategy, because, you know, the left-leaning politics were in the hive mind, has caused for a lot, in some way, in many ways, the right to gain more power. Like, that's the reality. Because they aren't willing, or at least they weren't willing to engage in infighting. And now that they are the more dominant mentality, they are engaging in infighting again. You could see a lot of it. There's conspiracies being pushed by like Candace Owens and Nick Fuentes about, like, you know, Charlie Kirk's death and, you know, some influence in it. So, you know, the infighting is going crazy. They're riding infighting hard style, but like, this is what you guys have been doing for so long. It's just so strange. Like, you guys pretend that you don't engage in some of the same tactics. Like, you're all kind of fucking, like, you're not all the exact same, because the right leaning ideas are worse than left leaning ones. But it's just, it's pathetic. What are you doing?
Meanwhile, we are all sleepwalking into a future defined by universal surveillance.
You guys have been harping on a clip of where Ethan said that his new dog might have had giardia and they had diarrhea, and you guys have been talking about how he basically is an abusive parent, like, you know, because he gave his kids giardia to the point where CPS was called on him. Like, you guys are the defining mentality when it comes to weaponizing clips and pictures online for Ethan, and now you're pretending that this Doggate thing is an instance of that. It's really not. It's really not.
Surveillance coupled with algorithmically incentivized online outrage. Our internet is devoid of any meaningful privacy protections, and video content specifically is being rewarded. Profit-driven tech platforms have ensured that bad actors and extremists reign, and we've allowed tech oligarchs to dismantle.
I love that. Like, now we're shitting on tech companies for giving money to their influencers. Like, that's the insinuation there, that it's not good that there's a like financial aspect of it, even though it's like a big chunk of people's wealth. I mean, you know, this month so far, I want to say that 30, I think maybe about 35 to 40% of my income is going to come from short form platforms. And what she's saying right now is that, like, are there negatives to it? Sure. But she's basically saying that the fact that there's financial gain to be had from putting up clips of sometimes other people's content, but like of my own content, that's a bad thing now. Like, now she was like, her commentary wants to threaten the livelihood of content creators who make money because it might harm Hasan. That's it. That's what it is. Okay, thanks. Great. Yeah, they should definitely get rid of that.
All vestiges of a shared reality. And I think we're really only beginning to see the consequences of this new system. As Albert Fox-Khan said,
wait, who's Albert Fox-Khan? Have you ever talked about it before?
quote, "The lesson of history is clear. This is only going to become a more prevalent problem for more people as the technology continues to get cheaper and more ubiquitous. What might seem like the absurd price of fame today may soon become the inescapable price of participating in modern life." We need to start treating this problem like the existential threat to democracy and truth that it is. And that means
Of what? Body cam footage?
demanding real accountability from platforms that profit off outrage. We need to fight the
But you do that. You are the outrage profiteer. What are you talking about?
expansion of the surveillance state tooth and nail by killing surveillance
The Kids Online Safety Act will make the internet worse for everyone. Okay.
and censorship laws like the Kids Online Safety Act. We need to fight against
Listen, I don't know too much about that act. I do find it interesting, like that you don't explain the specifics of what's negative against it. Like, can you explain? Because that sounds like a good thing. Why don't you just explain, like, hey, here's the wrong. Aren't you the journalist? Shouldn't you be providing that information? Give us 30 seconds of it.
Section 230 reform and push for
Yeah, saying Hasan zapped the dog is a threat to democracy. That's so true.
comprehensive privacy regulation. The profit-driven tech landscape that rewards engagement at any cost needs to be dismantled and broken up. We need legal frameworks that make intentional harassment committed with actual malice punishable.
Do you consider somebody having human skull sent to their house intentional harassment, or how? Like, are you crickets on that, or what are we doing here?
We need algorithmic transparency laws that force companies like Meta, X, and TikTok to disclose how their recommendation systems prioritize inflammatory or misleading content. AI developers and hosting.
Well, I mean, you're going to get into a whole new conversation about like the restriction of free speech. It's a conversation we should be having, but like that's what you're going to get there. Of like, oh, you're going to tell me what I can and can't do, and blah blah blah. You know,
platforms should.
I mean, I agree. We're going into a bit of a dangerous area. You know, you could put out a video, you could alter and edit it, which is not what happened with Hasan's video, and potentially push a narrative. And I do agree with that, but you know, there's going to be some pushback of people who are going to be like, well, I should be able to have freedom of speech. You know, you shouldn't be able to tell me blah, 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 blah. I mean, as fucking unhinged as X is, at least they do have community, you know, it's that counter against conspiracy shit.
Should be required to watermark synthetically generated video and audio content, and we should develop easily accessible tools to track when and how footage has been altered. And I know this is self-serving as a journalist, but actual journalism and civic institutions desperately need investment. We need an independent fact-checking infrastructure that moves at the same speed as these viral clips. We need public education systems that teach basic media literacy alongside skills like reading and writing.
We need to implement a lot of rules and regulations to protect Hasan. That's what we need to do, guys.
For instance, members of the public, in my opinion, should all know how to like verify video footage,
Yeah, sure. I do, though. You know how I learned it? Watching Hasan shock his dog. Probably shock his dog.
Analyze metadata, understand concepts like algorithmic bias, and most importantly, understand and recognize how these manufactured outrage campaigns work. Of course, doing that would require for-profit mainstream corporate media organizations to stop feeding these outrage smear campaigns and laundering them simply because they're aligned with the far-right actors perpetuating them. But that's a topic for another day. More broadly, we need a cultural shift away from surveillance culture as entertainment. I've talked about this before in my videos, but if there's one thing you take away from this, please stop filming strangers for content.
Yeah, I agree with that. But hot take, Hasan films himself. So
do everything you can to fight against the surveillance machine. And
well, this wasn't a surveillance machine, wasn't this? These two people, I don't remember what they were, but weren't these two people that were caught cheating? Weren't they like at a fucking a football game or something, and they got hit on the Megatron, whatever it's called? What does that have to do with the surveillance machine? That's just been a thing that they would do, like a jumbotron. What the fuck is she talking about? It's interesting because like this is the problem, is that she'll make a point that's kind of decent, but then she ties it to the situation in such a horrible way. It's just terrible. And if I'm being really charitable, I'd say like, oh, she's using Hasan as an opportunity to talk about something that's important. But like, which is valid. You know, you could talk about drama and talk about something important through drama. You can do that. That can be valid. But she just misses the mark when it comes to her honesty.
And
it's just ridiculous.
Importantly, actually, stop sharing these contextless clips that fuel these manufactured outrage cycles. Even
they're adding context to the clips, but okay.
If you don't like Hasan Piker, like even if you think he's the worst person in the world, don't feed into this QAnon conspiracy crap.
QAnon conspiracy crap. I'm surprised she hasn't brought up Destiny at this point.
call out people who you see online who are feeding into these hate campaigns too.
All right, I'm going to call you out. I'm going to call you out, Taylor. Stop harassing Ethan Klein.
Because until we make it socially and economically costly for influencers who participate in these Gamergate-style coordinated attacks on leftists, this cycle will only get worse. As many of you who follow me know, I'm also frequently subject to these bad faith smear campaigns.
You're part of the bad face smear campaigns. That's what happens.
Thankfully, there's not tens of thousands of hours of footage on me yet, at least, but the exact same actors lying about Hasan Piker's dog collar regularly lie about me. These are not people with any sort of commitment to the truth. They've targeted my
That's ironic.
advertisers, and I literally have 0 brand deals right now, in large part because I've been deemed too controversial for brands to partner with.
Have you ever considered that maybe you're just not honest enough for people to want to associate with you? Maybe it's that. Like, I don't. Okay.
So if you like this video, please support my work via the Patreon link below or buy a paid subscription to my Substack newsletter, UserMag, at usermag.co, where I publish bi-weekly internet culture news roundups.
No, thank you.
On my Patreon, I publish bonus content and host chats with my followers and do monthly Q&A live streams. I actually just did one on Monday. Every ounce of your support makes such a huge difference, and it really means so much to me. I can't thank you enough for whatever support you can give. Let's all work together to build a better, safer, less profit-driven internet and fight against surveillance capitalism. Thank you so much for watching.
Wow, I love that. No, I'm just kidding.